morning, everyone. Not Freedom Tour. Something different today. So, here's what's going to happen. Just so we're all on the same page, this is Watcher of Realms. For the next little while, I'm going to test doing alternating days Watcher of Realms, Raid Shadow Legends. I don't know what this is going to look like. I don't know if this is going to be better or worse, but it's going to be different. And I like that. I like the opportunity to share with you this game, which I'm newly in and enjoying immensely. And I think it's a good opportunity for those of you who are Raid Shadow Legends that are here for the raid. Can just spend some time with me playing a different game. And if you are into Watcher of Realms, here we are. Maybe I'll see you watch Raid just to try something different there. So a good opportunity either way, but this is Watcher of Realms. I don't have a title for this, so I might need some suggestions on a title series. This is not a free-to-play account. This would be so far probably a Dolphin account. And with Black Friday coming up, we'll be shaking a little more spice on there. Anyway, so this is Watcher of Realms. I thought the first episode of this, whatever it is this will be to just kind of go through what I do for the dailies. And much like any other game, it's really about just clearing all the red dots. So the Pantheon is like faction wars. I'm going to do a lot of this where I compare this to its equivalent in Raid. It's just easier for the majority of the audience who's going to be from Raid Shadow Legends, just so we're all on the same page. So the Pantheon it's very similar to faction wars, and the bonuses you get from the faction wars stages. And we'll show you where that is. It's over on the right hand side with the raids, but first we're going to continue to clear. So we got our friends. We want to make sure we do our friendship points. That's something that Raid doesn't have right now. We got a whole bunch of new friends, which is kind of strange. But yeah, there's the whole friendship game. Now I got to get all my bundles. I already pulled a couple of the bundles. There's a freebie, and then I have the different cards. So I have the privilege card, I have the monthly card, and I have the monthly card of stamina. So those three things, two of them pop up. I don't know why one of them doesn't, but that's how it goes. I also left the game running overnight. I wasn't running anything. I don't know why. So I get my idle rewards too. Very much like Raid has that. After their reset, you get some. Now, Watcher of Realms is a much different. It's a similar and yet different game for hero collection and growth. In this, we actually spend purchasing players for food. Now, it's the same sort of thing that the fodder is the 1 and the 2 stars. There's one slight different, and I haven't sold any lately, but the Awakening shop, if you go dismiss, you actually sell your rares because you get gems for them. So we can come in here, we can sell one. That's a fusion one. I haven't looked to see. Thankfully, it shows right there if it is a fusion. You see it upper left corner. So you can see these are all fusion ones, which is probably why I have them on the account. So there I can actually dismiss it for 30 gems. And that's what you do with your extra rare champions. But we're not going to do that today. What we do is we go to the black market, and I will buy all the people, and there's a free refresh. So we're going to use that right away. We're going to get through all of them. I buy all the soldiers no matter what. Down here, if there was a red a mythical piece, I would buy it. None of this is mythical, so I'm not quite there in all my gear raids. So, and we'll show that later. So again, I'm not getting any. Oh yeah, so I will buy the huge stamina pots when they're on discount because I want to have lots of those for when I need to do some bulk resource farming. So the only other thing I would and I get these when they're 500. I'll buy the refreshes. The auto battles is the other thing I will purchase here, because auto battles, there it is right there. Auto fights If they're on discount for gems, I'll purchase them, and I don't care what the price is. If they're for gold, I'll buy them. And so and then I refresh here. Now, once it starts costing gems for refresh, I do not. But you see here, auto fight, it's at a discount. I purchased that. I purchased those. This stamina I wouldn't purchase. It's not on sale. What's the point? This stamina is on sale. Why not? That's kind of where I go. I think at some point I might stop buying the discounted stamina. I'm not too sure. But right now I like to have as much stamina as possible because that's going to get me through as much of the content as possible. So now that we've gone that, the Void Rift, I don't know why the dot keeps showing up every day. I can't quite fight this boss. I'm going to give him a try in 4 days when I'm a little bit more powerful, see if we can't get through it. I am punching up as far as the team power. So I just do that to clear the dots. Then we go to guild. And we have guild quests. And we have guild info. We have the guild war and the guild boss. I'm not going to show you the guild war today. That's a special thing. But you can see I finished Nightmare 1, Nightmare 2. Now the great thing is once you set a team in a fight, you can actually just auto fight, which is so nice. But keep in mind, if you've changed your team, you've changed your gear, you're going to get different results. And so I'm not ready to try Nightmare 3 yet, even though I'm getting top chest in Nightmare 2. At some point I'll jump over there, but I think it's for a day that I want to actually see kind of pay attention to what's happening and try to formulate a better, like this morning we're running on 5 hours of sleep and a coffee. So now what I'll do is I'll hit auto fight and it'll basically replay how I fought this guy in the first time. But at 3.5 speed, that's why auto battles are so important. With that monthly card, you get the faster speed. If you're not purchasing the monthly card, you get 2x. So I guess it would matter a lot less to do it this way. But this is the team I use. It seems to be okay. You'll notice that on the left-hand side, I have Mari, and I put Mari down, and then I pull her off the field because she's too weak. She will not survive multiple of his hits. So I just take her off the field. I put her in to get some debuff right when we need the harder hit. We're trying to get the dragon debuffed, and then I pull her off the field as soon as the dragon's back to attacking. I probably pulled her off the field a little bit too soon there because I think her debuff lasts 5 seconds, might be 8. I'm not too sure. I would have to take a look at her kit, but that way I put her out there, and you see again I have to break the shield. The whole purpose of this, it's got 3 stages where you break that shield, and if you don't, he basically wipes the team. If you do break the shield, then you get to keep going. And so I'll put Mari out, but I like actually being able to pull Mari off of the playing field too, because that allows me to put out my Cerberus, who basically pees himself for damage. And so that's the whole fight. And I just got my first Pyros, so I think he's really good in this. So he's a champion I'm going to want to get into this whole thing. But you see I'm actually over top chest there. Perfect. It's not crazy damage yet. We can actually check graphs and you see in the early goings I'm just right behind Giggles. Oh my dear lord. Is that 3202 attacks, Giggsy? Do we need to take over? All right, but so there we are. I think it's good damage. Nightmare 3 would be our next pull, which Nightmare 3, if we check it out, it doesn't tell me what the, I have to get 20,000. So I did 3,100 on Nightmare. So even if I could replicate that would only get me the second chest. So I don't think that's worth it. I'm just instead going to go after Nightmare 1, which I can get top chest in that pretty easily, obviously. So that's our next step. Clearing dots. That's our whole thing for this game. For those of you who haven't played Watcher of Realms, this is a really good opportunity to kind of see from your perspective what this game entails. And this is kind of like just your daily gameplay. If you're free to play, you do all these things. If you spend, you do all these things. Basically, you just do your dailies, right? And then you look, and then you'll probably spend the remainder of your energy on some resource farming, whatever that resource farming is that you need. Could be gear. There's 3 different gear raids. So in this game, the left side has 2 pieces and the right side has 3. Kind of the main side has your weapon and your armor, and then the other side has your rings and necklace. So there's 2 gear raids with different sets that you can farm for the accessory side, and then there's only one gear raid 1 that gets you the armor side and weapon, which unfortunately or fortunately happens to be my worst side. We'll go over that in a minute because we might as well do a run. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I've got some time before I get ready for work. It's very early in the morning. It's like 6. Feels like I just went to bed, to be honest with you. All right, so there we go. We cleared it. 2 guild boss taxes. Now, Guild War said that's for another time. That's not a usual daily. This time I can also clear some of these quests off. Now you'll have all these quests. Never perform a summon unless it's the weekend. Just summons, there's always something going on every weekend, which is weird because we kind of complain about that in Raid Shadow Legends, but it doesn't feel like it's a different, the way the banners work in this game make it feel a little less exhausting when they have their different weekend banners. They also tell you way ahead of time. So that's the Dragon Pass, by the way. That's another good purchase. You can upgrade. I can upgrade to the Glory, but that's no, that's too much. But the Gold Dragon Pass gives you all these extra resources. I think it's $10, 15. I don't know. It's absolutely worth it. But here's the event calendar, like I was saying, and this is going to tell me what's going on. So, for example, there's a scroll exploration for rewards as part of the festivities for Thanksgiving. Festive Frenzy is coming on Friday, which is during the event. The more summons all commanders perform, the better rewards you'll get. There's Thanksgiving Market. Use items to redeem certain rewards. So that's a nice little Thanksgiving event. You see there's a fusion going on. I've already completed the fusion. That's how easy the fusions are compared. Now this is participate in Gear Raid 3 to win trophy. I've already completed this one. That's when I got my first Pyros. There's Hero Training, Vault in the Sands, Arrival of Heroes, Gear Raid 2, and Summoning, which already, I don't know why it goes on that long. I guess if you're free to play, you might need the extra time, but we've already finished all that. You see coming up Friday, there's an Ancient Summoning. So seize the chance to summon Lord Heroes and the Chaos Dominion Heroes. So Ancient Summoning is Ancient Shards are actually the best shards in this game, and they're the whale shards, as people like to call them. There's a 2x drop rate and also a 10x for these heroes, and these heroes are new into the game, and they're cool, and we want them. We also want Hollow, and we want copies. Frankly, we want Dallin, but we also want copies of champions. That's a different thing. Is right away this game has had where copies of champions actually awaken bigger and better tiers of the champion. So we want to make sure we do that. We also want to be mindful of the next, because you can actually get 2 copies of Pyros, and we're going to see if we can. We'll have to win a few more events. For example, Brave Conquest, which is this is like a event. So the tournaments you can win, and I'll show you those. Right, the Oracle Trial, they call it, the Oracle's Trial. So you see in the past ones, I won Arrival of Heroes and Hero Training. So I got a 1 copy. I didn't win this one, which is Gear Raid 2. So I'm curious as to whether or not I can even... Can I even get 2 copies? That's a good question. Okay, we finished Gear Raid 3. So we got our 75 shards. What's left on the table? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So there's 70 points left on the table if I just finish the remainder of the events. So all I have to do is place first, second, or third in any of the Oracle's trials. So right now I'm in second here. And if we click in here, you'll see that will entitle me to 7 more fragments. Third is 5 and 10 here. And you see I have none right now because I just claimed my first Pyros. So I actually can get 2 copies pretty easily. And actually Gear Raid 3 is my best. So I have time. I have 2 days, but I'll probably burn through a ton of that and keep in the top 3 there. Okay. So events is these are the events. So I've already done Tales of the Smith. I see why it shows up for an extra day on the event calendar, because you have time to claim it after the event actually ends, obviously. So we have Brave Conquest coming tomorrow. We'll double down that with Gear Raid 3. So I'm not going to run any more Gear Raid 3 than I already have. Maybe one for you guys. The next is Tide. Now, Tide, Tide's kind of a different little thing. I think it has way more potential than it has. You're just putting all your champions out here, and you're getting like a horde that you're fighting. I don't see a purpose to min-max this. I don't see a real... I know it'll get harder. It takes time to kind of level up to the point where it's actually you might actually lose this game, right? Or this game mode. But this is important because this is where you get your dusts, and your dust is what you use to level up your champion skills. So this is a very important part of the game, even though it's kind of the most boring part of the game. And I have different skills here that I can use to help expedite. I just honestly don't really need it for this right now. I don't need those, but at some point I'm pretty sure that you'll need those in order to survive. So anyway, you get 3 waves. It's also part of the storyline, which is the Oracle trial, or what's it called? I'll show you it in a second. But I don't think we can actually complete that till tomorrow. I think I have to pass wave 55. So we get 3 attempts here. There'll be a point, obviously, where I won't be able to progress, and then we'll just repeat the previous level like you do with anything in these sort of games. But I will say that what I like is I feel there's an immediate impact on what I do. I feel like, and I think part of the reason why this feels so much more. I'll show you this one here. The reason why I think this feels so much more impactful is because in Raid, early gear, early levels, you kind of just need to throw gear on your champions and then just push campaign. That's all you're really doing. And in this, you're pushing campaign too, but it feels like as you increase, you get more benefit for each subsequent improvement on your gear. It feels like, maybe that's just me, but I felt like, oh, hey, I got some gear now. We've leveled some gear up. Now I can push Gear Raid 1 a little bit further. Or, hey, now I got a champion. Now I can push Gear Raid or Gear Raid 3 a little further type of thing. You see, these are the dusts. These are epic skill dust is what you use as part of the books, as you would call them in Raid Shadow Legends. And I'll show you that too, because we'll have enough to get an epic skill by the looks of it. There's obviously there's rare, epic, and legendary skill ups. I don't know what I'm going to use the rare for. I have a couple of rare champions, but most of the rare champions, it seems like you don't really build out to use. Maybe for faction trials. But Yeah, so we'll drop this down again. This just kind of hopefully speeds up the wave. Although by the time he actually hits it, I've already killed most of the wave anyway. No, I haven't shown you this one. Look at her. Oh, there we go. Oh, these are big baddies. Oh, she gave it a little extra. There we go. And predictably, pretty quick finish. So, more dust. That's good. Once you've done your 3 waves, you claim the loot, and that just gives you loot for all the levels. You see there's more dusts there, and there's more of these. There's more of these tide talents, and it looks like a skill tree, but it's not. I just upgrade everything. There seems to be no point to deviating to one side or the other because it gates you. Like you notice, these are all 1 of 3. I can't go to the next one. It's locked. It's gated. So I'll be going to these ones until it's not gated. So it really just seems linear, unfortunately. I feel like there is a miss here on this mode. I thought it would be a better miss or a better overall thing. Now, the storyline, see it says Clear Tide Wave 55. I'm on Heroes Path 17. 18 gets me her, which of course we want. But I'm stuck on this wave 55. So tomorrow I'll get through that, and I'll probably burn through, and I'll get her tomorrow, unless there's something that I just can't get through. I don't suspect so far there has been. Daily quest, thank you. We're just leveling up. So the pass we've actually maxed the pass, and every level after 50, it just adds to this gold total. And then you just get this gold at the end of the pass, which is in 19 hours and 2 minutes. So I didn't start on day 1 of the pass, so I know some people probably have a much bigger pass. So the pass still pays even after you max it, which is nice, which is something that has always bothered me about raid. So now we go to the arena. I don't know about this. I usually just fight them all. This is the team I run. The arena is a different thing. It's like a tower defense arena. I used to not like it. I don't know if I still like it or not. It's kind of just a different mode. It's not bad. But depending on excuse me, depending on the champions you have, it can be easier or more difficult. I have Silas. Silas is one of the greatest single target, if not the greatest single target nuker in the game. And so this mode is one of my better modes. My worst mode is the AoE, where you get a whole bunch of mass mobs coming at you, whether they're ground mobs or air mobs. This is air. I believe this is air arena. So they're all aerial, this one, yeah. So there's also ground single target. There's AoE. This guy here, the fish dude, he actually is a pretty good hard hitter. He helped me get through Gear Raid 1, which I'll show you what Gear Raid 1 looks like. But he's not thought of as well as the others, and it's mainly because his cost. So there's a cost point to putting every champion down. You see on the right-hand side, there's a C, and it keeps going up. That's kind of like my deployment points. And you need to be able to... oh, I actually lost that one. Uh-oh. Is there a comeback here? No. There's no way that their team can stop this next wave. So we won this. We're punching up and winning. But, yeah, see. It just didn't have enough health. Yesterday I had one where I was 0.7 left when they lost their tower. So there you go. It's simple as that. I get the points, and I get the rewards, and those rewards can be used in the shop to purchase other items. So we're just gonna do one for now, but you get 5, and then you get 2 bonus ones for the loot shop. So you see right now, if I were to go to the arena, I have 5 currently. I wonder why I only have 5. When I claim this, do I lose the extra 2? And then you gain. That's interesting. And then when you're not full, you gain it every X hours. So you see, this is anti-air DPS is the challenge. There's a bunch of different ones. If you see the defense team, there's anti-air, there's AoE, there's single target, and then there's sustained. I haven't done sustained in a while, so this, you can see this is an old team. I'd have to see with my new champions who would put in for sustained. I suspect I'd have different champions in there, but so yeah, so it's kind of a neat way that way. Like, it's a different challenge each time. It's something different. I don't mind it. Now we go to raids, and you'll see I've got faction trial. So that's where we increase our pantheon. Now I'm not quite ready to push this stage. It's a very difficult stage for me, but there's 3 of these. So again, for interest of time, I'll just do one of the battles. And it's really just about making sure the whole tower defense, right? You got these crystals. You just don't want their champions to hit the crystals. That's your goal. Now, what Silas is hitting with regular damage, these guys have very high defense, but his ultimate absolutely melts them. So, and then this boss, he's a little bit snarky when he gets to your champions, but they're all pretty survivable now. I have a healer. You see she's got a path, so you have to pay attention. There's a couple champions outside the path, so you just have to make sure that either you're willing to sacrifice them. Like here, I'm just using Mari as a debuffer and a slow, and so she's just making it easier to kill. She's doing some magic damage, but that's not really her main purpose. Her main purpose was to debuff. So we got a big chunk off this boss while he was debuffed, which helps us kill him. And then you just continue with the different thing about this tower defense is the boss is not the end fight all the time. The boss sometimes comes in the middle of the fight, and then there's more mobs after. So it's not just about do what you can to kill the boss. Sometimes it's do what you can, but also survive. The good news is you can pull champions off, and they have a cooldown of 60 seconds. You might see it in this fight. These have been all auto battles so far because there's no progression for me. But if we go to this Trial of the Cultists, we'll try one of these. No, we won't. Oh yeah, we have Cerberus now. Oh, and we have him, although we don't have any gear on him. And we have 6. I think that's Cuke, isn't it? Oh no, Lucas. So we can actually gear up these guys. We'll just do a quick equip. It's going to throw some stuff on there. You see, I need to do more gear raid 1. I have literally 0 extra. Same with you. He's actually not bad. I just stripped gear off him. I might have to build these guys to get through this. We're going to try it with you guys. Now she's an actual built champion, Aona. She's one of my best AoE. And so we've got her already geared up. We've got her stats here. I actually stole some of her gear. She was a little bit harder hitting, but for the anti-air, I took her out because she's good, but she's not the best I have for that. And then Cerberus is a neat champion who really doesn't attack. He just puts that. He kills himself with that drip. I don't even know what it is. But he also has an AoE damage on the ground whenever when he dies too. So you'll see that. You'll see how he does his damage, but it's kind of a neat thing. And then this guy is actually supposedly pretty good. What we'll do, we'll actually upgrade him to max level. Now, when you upgrade champions XP, you don't run them 1,000 times like you do with Raid. You run XP. You get it from everything. You get XP overflow, and just every battle you get those. But there's an XP raid where you actually just mass run that with a bunch of auto battles, and then you can come here and you can just do that. And then the star up is with these promotions. There's an actual again, there's raid where you can farm these insignias, which allows you to enhance them, promote them. And then you've got the gear, obviously. I obviously need to load up some gear. This might be stupid because none of these champions have, I have no gear that's rolled up that's not on other champions. So I should probably look at that, but I'll worry about that later. And then the awakening, this is the copies. So what it turns out is you get up to 5 copies, and after your 5th copy, and the rule of thumb, because they actually do balances in this game, and because more content's being added, this is a relatively new game. Keep 1 copy of every epic champion. Once you get to Awaken 5, then you can sell them the way I sold the rare. You can sell them for insignias that gives you very powerful things in the shop to purchase. But obviously we don't want to do that. So we're gonna I don't think I can beat this, even though it says beyond, just because I really only have 2 champions that can do damage. But we'll see. So this is where you'll see kind of the setup of the game. There's all the things. We're trying to save this, and it's, of course, it's on both sides. And see, I have 45 deployable. So we're going to put her here, and that's going to allow me to kill anything going down either of these sides. I honestly have no idea. She can kill everything on her own. So we're going to put him down, and then I'll use Cerberus at the last minute. Cerberus is really cheap to deploy, but he'll end up dying. So I only want to put him down once I have to. Now, they have ultimates as well, that in the early game, you actually have to click on the champion and choose the ultimate, but then at one point, it opens up this quick ultimate, which is nice. So these things here, for example, tanks, so that'll stop. Obviously, he doesn't have any good gear on him, so I don't think it'll be impactful, but we'll see how these guys do. If not, I'll have to put down Cerberus and hope for the best. Yeah, see, without this guy can actually clear this, I think, if I put actual gear on him. Let's just put this. We'll just put him down. And now that I've kind of deployed all my heroes, now I can put it in 2 times. Some people will run 2 times right away. For me, I want to see what's going on. Now you can see this is like a budget Cerberus. He's injuring himself too, and you'll see Cerberus will take damage at an interval as well. You can just also double click that, by the way. I just wanted to clear these as much as possible. I suspect I'm in trouble at some point here. So I'll have to probably put gear on Voltus to get it so he can actually clear these champions. I'm going to be fine until Cerberus dies, which will be soon. I probably should have waited until he was near death to trigger his ult, because his ult gets a special status. Okay, there's a lot of champions here, so we're going to alter. Okay, he died, which is giving me those extra damage on that. That actually worked nicely. He died perfect time, which gives you even stronger AoE, which killed the champion. So I was able to clear it. Now, I wasn't able to clear with all heroes alive, which is kind of unfair because these 2 killed themselves. What am I supposed to do? But I could actually pull them off the map. That's the first time that I've seen my killing them. Maybe Cerberus. No, Cerberus didn't get killed by a champion. That's interesting that it didn't give me the 3-star. I thought it was only if they killed me. But just we got to make note of that. So I'll have to pull them off the map, which means I'll just have to level up Voltus, or properly gear Voltus, and he should be able to clear it. So when we clear these, we get these insignias. And these insignias, going back to the camp, is what you use to increase the different things here, so we can upgrade it, right? So that's how you upgrade this, and you get these extra bonuses as part of the Hyperion. And then when you get amass certain levels, you unlock certain other things here, and you can see it's up to 320. So that's kind of like how Faction Wars works. We got another quest. Good. So the last things I'll show you is more dragon daily quests. Yay. I'll show you the different raids. So this is the raid screen. We've already been there. We still have more faction trial to go. You can also get to the tide from here and the guild boss. The promotion raid is where you get those insignias. Okay, I'm not going to run through this I won't show you this one. Just know that this is the easiest one. This is where I'm at extreme 2 for all of them. So you go through the stages, which gives you the different levels, gold, epic, and rare. And then extreme 1 just doubles down on the amount of epics you get. Extreme 2 doubles down on the amount of either of these you get, right? You see 15 is giving you 7 to 10. Extreme 2 can give you 5 to 10, but it can also give you 1 to 2. You see you can only get 1 here. And the extreme will also give you 7 to 14 of the epics, whereas the epic stage, 6 is 3 to 9. So the extreme ones are just ways to get more of these and more of the extracts, which I have plenty of. The extracts are for higher level. So the first couple here, I'll show you actually. What we'll do is we'll go back and because I got some epic dust. So when you're upgrading a champion's skills, and I just need a couple more here. You need, once you get to a certain level, these legendary skill crystals are needed in conjunction with the skill dust. So I don't have any legendary skill dust, so we're waiting on it. But we did get some epic. She's maxed out. Now we go to Idril, and we're starting to max her out. You see how it needs the epic skill crystal, and it needs the epic skill dust. And that's how you. What's the circular one? I thought that was a circular one. Maybe that's for the gear ascensions. No, I can't. Okay, well, someone who's played this game can. Is it artifacts? Forge? Those are the forge materials. I have no idea where those. All right, we're upgrading her anyway. So she's or are we doing? Ooh, you know what? I want to get Mari up there. So Mari has this slow, which is nice. So she can inflict slow. She also has vulnerability to physical damage and magic damage. So what's the amount of time on it? Attack, slow the target. Meanwhile, targets inflicted with slow by Mari will receive vulnerability. So those are debuffs. So while she's adding the slow, it's also debuffing them. So that's why we want that. And her ultimate just does an AoE damage, and it freezes instead of just slows. So they're all really nice skill abilities. So we're gonna do that because her debuff allows me to do more damage, which is nice. Ooh, and we got level 5. And we'll do both. And there you go. That's as exciting as it gets. All right. So now I'm confused. I'm sure I'll find it somewhere. Let's go back to the promotion raid. Oh, I'm an idiot. That's how you need those in conjunction to promote your heroes. That's why it's the promotion raid. Hello, my name is Rob. I'm new at this game. So you see, when you get down to these levels, it'll need the insignias, the gold insignias, plus it'll need those other extracts. So, and then there's 4 different types of champion. There's marksman, mages. Endurance is for strength champions, defenders, and healers. And then melee is melee attack. And you see these materials are for the last couple. So that's to stage 6. That is to stage 5. And that's promotion raid. Resource raid is simply, this is just a raid where you do it. I can actually do one. I haven't unlocked stage 8 yet, though. I'm punching up, but I've actually won a couple stages of that, but not to this, which is part of the campaign. So we can auto fight one of these. Which is too bad, because I can clear this without breaking a sweat. So it would be wonderfully nice if I get to the next one. But you see, you're getting all that. That's all bonus XP that you then would use to level up your champions. You run this 100 times once a week, depending on if how quickly you're leveling up your champions. Maybe you run 1,000 of them. I don't know. By the way, future Watcher of Realms will not be this long. I'm just trying to give you a little flavor of everything for those who may not have played this game or understand kind of how the dailies work. So that's the XP. Gold is the exact same, except for you get bonus gold. And you need gold to level up gear, and that is the biggest, and from my perspective, that and the dust seems to be the most locked of the products. So now here's the gear raid. Like I said, this is weapons breastplates, and these have different styles. So there's different things, like for example, this is rapidity, this is fatality. So they all give you different abilities if you match them. You want to make sure that you're aligning stats first, and then once you get there, then you can go to sets. And if you go to gear raid, like gear raid 3, even cool. Right now, there's a tournament on for Gear Raid 3, so there's like a little tournament cup there. That's very nice of them. And you see it goes up to stage 21. I'm on stage 15. I actually think I can do 16, but it takes a little while and a few passes just to kind of get an idea of where you're putting all your champions. So we'll auto-fight this, but this is what a fight will look like. There will be a boss in this fight, so you're going to have to deal with incoming waves and bosses. So this is an air one, and I have very strong anti-air, both single target and multi-target. So I believe I'm punching up pretty considerably in this air raid. And I have there's lords, and lords give you extra attributes, and I'm using the lord for the marksman, which are these little glowy things above the 4 champions right now. That's giving them +1 range, which is amazing because that means I can kill the boss right away, who spawns right front and center. So I put my 2 hardest hitters right there, and then they just deal with her right away, which makes this so much easier because then she's off the map. And you see, like here, there's a timing before they show up because I have that +1 range from the Lord, who by the way, I didn't even place the Lord on the map. She doesn't even have to be actually placed to give you that +1. And you see there, pretty easy. You bring 10 people, you only use 8. I have a couple healers in there. Didn't even need the healers, but I wasn't sure when I originally cleared this if I would actually take any damage or not. So you see, and then you get these, and there's a percentage chance for me to drop the mythical. There is one higher than mythical. I don't even know what it's called. Let's complete this. It's in the extreme stages. It's these ones, the ancient mythical, right? So that's my goal, is to get to stage even at stage 16 you start. So really my goal is to get at least stage 16 to give me an increased chance there. But if we want to, obviously just go as far as we can, because the further we go, the greater chance. Like at stage 18, I stopped dropping legendary gear. So gear can only be increased to a certain level. And we'll show you that. And that'll be the last thing I show you, is the champion build out. So here's Silas. We have attributes, right? That's where what are his stats? Yes, I'm over crit cap, but I don't have gear to fix that. So we will eventually. He's my best leveled guy. We have promotions. So the promotions, you're using those insignias, and we get him up to the same level of his attributes. As a legendary, starts at 5 stars, so you max XP him, and it would show up here where it says level max. There would be a promote and level up, so you can level him to max level, and then you use chickens like anything else. So for example, she's only 5 stars, so we could star up here. I do have 1 legendary or 5-star chicken, essentially that is. I also have 2 grunts that can be used for 5-star. Now the great thing is when you're leveling up your food, it's such a nicer system. I have 14 available. I can quick star up as long as I have the resources for it, and then it's done like dinner for me. And then boom, now I have 1 more 5-star food, right? I've actually been stopping a lot of them at 4-star because I have a fusion, a permanent fusion that I actually have the resort the thing for. I just have to get the champions up there. But so that really is the whole point there. Now when we go to gear, you see this gear's all 12. That's the max level I can take that gear, which is why it's important to get to this gear, because if we get well rolled gear, we can actually take it to 16. I'll show you an example. Like, this is a decent looking piece. He benefits from crit rate, attack bonus, and attack speed. It's nice. The HP and defense bonus is nice to add. So I mean, overall it makes him a little more survivable, which is nice as well. This one is not a great piece, but it has the crit damage and attack speed. So this is one that I'll want to be able to hopefully replace, get better attack bonus stats out of it. This one here, another decent one. It's got attack bonus with crit rate, attack speed. It's even got some rage regen, which is nice. That they go up to gold. I think I don't. So this one is all just kind of got nice overall stat rolls. But there is a couple of pieces. Never find them when you want them, right? Da, da, da. And you can see, like, when we look at her, because she's kind of down on my list of my best champions, now I'm giving her, like, this isn't her optimized piece, but it is giving her attack speed. It's giving her some attack bonus, crit rate, and crit damage, but they're kind of low rolls here. Not the most ideal piece. Probably if I were to turn back time, I wouldn't have taken that to 16, but I was young and impressionable back then. He's got some good pieces. He's my gear raid 1 guy, so I have to... But even then, you see, like, I need more crit rate pieces with better stats on it. This guy has a long way to go to be good, right? Like, we can that's how we improve. Like, this is a terrible piece, but it has rage regen, it has attack speed, and I like both of those for this guy. Whereas this one's a little bit better, the attack HP. But again, do I have any crit rate on this? No. Probably because I've maxed his crit rate. But there is one piece that I seemingly can't find on any champion. Anyway, I do somewhere on one of these champions, I have a piece that actually got even higher. Like, this is, she doesn't have healing effect, but I wanted an attack bonus on her, and I wanted the attack speed. And again, you gear your most important champion first, and then the leftovers go to the next, etc., etc. So it is what it is. It is weird to me that I can't find. I have gotten a couple pieces that I swear to God that have the gold. Maybe we'll do it this way. So some pretty good filters here. You can filter and you can sort. But if I were going to go to a piece here and I was going to filter it, I can hide equipped or not. And then you can just compare. Right? And then you go to this equip set. And you can see a lot of them I haven't unlocked to 12. 12 to 16 is the expensive one. And only mythical and ancient mythical can go to 16. So that's an important distinction, which is why we want to try to push to where we don't have to get these drops anymore. And I'd like to eventually replace that with stuff that I can take to 16, because that's where the better gear obviously is. So I have some decent pieces like on Silas, but I did have, there it is. So that gold is the highest piece you can get. Oh yeah, because it's the HP % bonus, and it's on Baron, one of my tanks. So those are the different levels you can get. The blue, and so obviously our goal is to get everything into purple, or at least key stats into purple, and then the next level is to try to get all of them to purple. And then, so that's the progression of gear. You start with just putting whatever gear with whatever stats you need. Then you want to try to min-max those stats. So in this particular case, Vortex is an HP-based healer. This had a great HP bonus. Also has a good defense bonus. That's what we put on him, right? The next step on this would be to get something where it has the HP bonus, plus it has healing effect. Or it has speed, because the quicker you can attack speed is how quickly he can heal. So those are kind of how I go through this. And obviously I'm an early game player, so I have early game gear, but we're slowly increasing that. And hey, you even get that kind of top gear. Like if you look at this, Silas is a heavy nuker. What's the first thing he's got? Is attack bonus, crit rate, rage regen. Those three are all really good for him. And I happen to also be able to get it in a set, so I'm getting plus 10 crit rate, which is why I have that extra crit rate. And unfortunately, I don't have other pieces to swap in and out to min max his stats. So he's gonna be over crit capped. That's nothing I can do. And then here you see it's got attack bonus, crit damage. It's got a flat attack, but it's better than nothing. And then HP bonus for a little bit of survivability. Crit rate, attack bonus, attack speed, all really good. Here, crit damage, the attack bonus, too bad, but the attack speed's good. And then finally, attack bonus, crit rate, attack speed, raid regen. Those are all the primary stats for this guy. What we're looking for nukers is we're looking for attack. So the rule of thumb, and this is from a couple other creators that I've watched, if I can get to the point where I'm doubling his attack, then the next at 100% crit rate, or it's close to 100%, 90% crit rate, double his attack. Sorry, excuse me. Double the attack speed, so plus 100. And then after you get those first three, then you start looking at crit damage. Start pushing the crit damage up, and the rage regen up, and the attack speed up. So your primary stats, the attack, crit rate at 100, those are the important ones. Get attack speed, and then secondary stats like extra HP on these guys. If you're doing it right, these guys never get hit, so they shouldn't need HP. The reality is the fact that Silas does have a lot of HP comparatively or potentially means that he can take a few hits when I put him in the front lines to clear waves because he hits so hard. So that's kind of how we're running it. There is the skills, which we've already shown, awakenings, which is just copies, and then finally artifact. Now artifact, they're special artifact with special abilities. This you can level them up and then keep leveling them up. I have one, for example, you see that legendary one here. I should probably replace his, but who cares? His is fine. So this one here, it's a level 1, never mind. It's a gold. So what it's giving her is increases attack by 10% for every 5 attacks lasting for 5 seconds. I really like this on her because she's got her ultimate where she shoots across the map at a heightened pace, and so this will give her that extra 10% attack and keep that going. I do have one that I leveled up on her, I believe. And when I say her, I mean not her. It's right there. Oh, it's on Baron. Oops. Or on my tank. Oleg. So you can see here artifacts, once you level them up, they become level 2, and then I can go to level 3 and you go on and so far and so forth. So that's all done by forging materials. I have enough to forge 10 of those babies. We might have to get into there. So I can enhance them using these mithril, and then when it gets to 13, I have to basically sacrifice one into it to make it to star it up. So the what it does, this is taking damage 4 times. That 4 is what increases. Restores HP equal to 3% max HP, and it's 1 time every 4 seconds. So as I level it up, those numbers will get better, and that's essentially the artifacts. So that's all of the game in 1 hour. That's what we do every day for this game. It just so happens I'm looking at the time, perfect timing for me to get ready for work. But that is the game in a nutshell. The big thing you do after this, I mean, there's the Guild Wars, which I'll do tonight. I haven't even looked at it yet, so maybe I'll do a video of that and post that for future. And then I have to finish my faction trials. But after I kind of do my dailies, then I'll just pick something. If I'm low on resources, I'll run out my energy on XP raid, or if I need more gold, I'll do it in gold raid, or if I need some new gear, like in this case, I'll probably run it into here to keep in the top 3 for gear raid 3, or maybe I'll push something. The only other thing I can show you, of course, is the campaign. I can't go any further on these. These are where I'm stuck, I think. So I'm currently on expert chapter 6 2. Sorry, excuse me. On hard, I'm 8-9. And this, I think I might be able to push these. These are tough. And then on normal, I'm on chapter 9-2. This is where I want to get to this 9-7, but these are very hard. And as you can see, I've been punching up to get that far. It's telling me relative to what I'm trying to fight, I'm way underskilled. So, but we've been able to do it with some good champions, but I got stuck on 9-2, couldn't quite. It's funny, I almost beat it. At the very end, the guy got snuck through. So it's very challenging. It's fun to come in here once in a while when you're under leveled to see if you can get through it. But right now, we want to be a little bit more do what we can do, fight what we can fight. These refresh, I think, once every hour. So, with gold, sure. I don't know if that was a good idea or not. I don't always know what to buy here. There is a guild shop. As you get the guild coins, you can buy stuff here. I always want to make sure I have enough for this XP bonus, gold XP. You get 2 a week to purchase. And so when I want to do gold raids, I'll purchase that to get the bonus gold because it ups the amount of gold you get. So I can buy 1 of these, but I always want to make sure I can buy 2 of these every week. So that's important to me. And then after that, I guess as I gain more, then you've got these. This is for Guild Wars. You can up your level of your soldiers. That's a whole different world. That I don't know if I want to do a video this guild raid because I don't know it, but maybe I'll film it as we'll both learn at the same time. So yeah, I think that's the rest of the there's the arena shop. So I do always buy the stamina potion. I always buy the dust. I always buy the rare summons. The XP bonus I haven't needed so far, but I suspect at some point I will. So again, when you run the XP raid, you want to make sure you have the XP bonus active. And then at some point, maybe I'll need the artifact essence or the mithril to make artifacts, but for now we're good. And these you get when you sacrifice epic. That's the epic soul stones. There's rare, there's and then there's the legendary abomination soul stones that you can buy out of it. But the cost thing, these things are from epic and legendaries that you have gone into the dismiss thing. So if I dismiss an epic, I don't want to dismiss an epic, but let's pretend I did. Right? That would give me 100 of those. So, but the rule of thumb that I've always been told, wait till you A5 one. Like if I get any more Idrils, she gets sacrificed because she's already at A5. So I've already awakened her to her full max potential. And so any future Idrils would go into here, which we're going to have a major summoning event this weekend with Amanda. Her and I are going to pull shards. And there's going to be a lot. I have a bunch ready to go. And depending on the packs, I do have a budget to buy some more. We're going to be smart about it, but we do have 65 of these. We have gems. I'm told I might get the creator gems too, so I should see from the content creator program more of those. And then for divine, I have 20. And the ancients we can't see. I don't actually know how many ancients I have, but I can go into the pack. I only have, that's shards. That's partials. Do they not show up here? They do not. Yeah, 65. Maybe I have none. 12. I have 12. So I'll pull 12 of those and see if we get lucky on the banner for the Chaos Lords. 20 of these, and so it'll be a fun little one. I'll definitely have more of the rare summoning crystals. So I don't think I'll buy any more of the others, but we'll see what the Black Friday pack looks like. I'm not quite sure what all the special Black Friday packs will look like. So that'll be fun for the weekend. Friday night, we're probably going to do that Friday night, film it, so posting it for Saturday. But yeah, I got to shut her down, get ready for work. So thank you all. This is a longer one. In the future, there'll be about 30 minutes, just like my other ones. So I apologize. This one's so much longer. And I hope you stuck with me. And I hope you stay safe. And I hope you be kind. And I hope to see you in the next video.